the hospital in California went to bat for me, and they said, hey, you know, he is this, he is that. We're paying for insurance, let him go. Then I got lucky and got back to BC by a doctor. And when the doctor brought me back to BC, that's my insurance, which was really good. They brought me back. Doctor flew down from New West, escorted me back into Vancouver, and brought me back. The problem is, I didn't have a general doctor. I didn't have a doctor at all, family doctor at all in Vancouver. So here I'm in California with my cell phone, phoning and was told that I have to go GF Strong. I didn't know this. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know where to start from. And so I made calls to GF Strong and I said, hey, I'm going to be a patient there soon. And they said, who are you? I'm Perry Cook. I'm in California, but I live in Vancouver. And I said, okay, who's your family doctor? Don't have one. So I had to find a family doctor who would take me via the phone to be led into VGH to be checked into the system. I spent 24 years in Prince George. I had been in Vancouver for 3 years. Got back into Canada and I was pleased as punch to land in Canada. You know, the United States was great. I had phenomenal health care because I had insurance through my work. Galaxy Broadband Communications, my work. I still work there full time. And I got back into Canada and I was very pleased to be back in Canada. I had my appointment set up. I got back, I think, on December 2nd or something. I forget when. I got back into Canada. I had my appointment booked the next day at GF Strong. And I went and saw doctors there and some people there, and they put me through the information concept and how to do it. And then I got lucky. I started the intense inpatient rehab program, which was 3 months. Would go from 9 to 1 o'clock every day. I spent 3 months at that inpatient program. And as a guy who was active and doing stuff all the time, I would do my rehab and then I'd go home and sleep. I would sleep no problem for 12 to 14 hours. The brain was working so hard. My body was working so hard. It was difficult. Very, very difficult. Spent 3 months for December, January, February in the inpatient program. And I went every day. I went 5 days a week. And I would do as many exercises at home as possible. That will be coming up later on. And then COVID hit. And when COVID hit, I was supposed to go to the, the outpatient community program. And that pushed everything back. But then again, I am one of these motivated, determined, or stubborn patient that I'm going to do as much as possible. I would do as much physical activity as possible to try to get better. I wanted to get better right away. Guess what? The body has different perspectives on that. Hence, no matter who you are or what you are, everybody reacts differently. I thought I'd be back running a 10K even by March. No, not at all. I could barely walk 100 meters without having to sit down. I think I ran about the length of the gym at GF Strong through Mario, who was my OT there. I think I ran about 10, 15 meters and I had to sit down. So this is a guy who ran half marathons. I could only run 10, 15 meters, which is terrible. So I slowly did rehab and always walked and walked and walked and tried to walk around the block, try to walk up and down, try to walk anything to keep moving, keep active. You know, they say if you're not moving, you're dead. I would do that. The concept is, for me, as a stroke survivor, I have a ferocious appetite to learn. I want to know why things happen and what things happen and what to do. I didn't know where to look. I didn't know, look, is there support groups? Is there anything from there? And I never asked as much as I wanted to. And I should have asked because I was stubborn, determined, motivated, call you a pig-headed. I'm a man. Okay? And that's the mentality I've had before the stroke. Hence, it takes sometimes a bad situation to make you open your eyes and realize things aren't that great. So I was searching online for anything, that I could understand. And I'd find out little bits here, little bits there. Oh, there's a community group here. Oh, stop through COVID. Everything stopped through COVID. So very, very difficult from there. I got lucky. I found March of Dimes about stroke survivors, people who've had strokes before. Bret the Hitman Hart, Sharon Stone, the actress, Luke Perry, the actor, and I can see the people's reactions of having strokes and who they are, what they are. I found the March of Dimes. They had a talk program. I thought, I'm going to this talk program done by Zoom. The talk program was not for me. It was for older people who aren't the situation or are in a different situation, who aren't considered young. You hear people having strokes all the time. They're older, and I'm young. Then I found out the young stroke survivors. Oh my God, it was like a club. It was people I could relate to, people who are working, who did work, or most of them are off work, and they've had strokes. I joined that, and it was every second Thursday at 5 o'clock, and it was a breath of fresh air. I found like-minded people, like-minded stroke survivors who've all had strokes and are all at different stages of their life. From that, I realized I'm lucky. I'm in this club. That everybody else in the club could be anywhere from 15 to 30 people on a Thursday night, right across Canada. So started in BC, right across Canada, who've had strokes. And they've all in situations where they're very different and they're having problems. And they've all experienced this, and this, and this. Everyone has experienced something different. Nobody's better. Nobody's worse. Nobody's stroke is worse than anybody else. Nobody's stroke is better than anybody else. It's a stroke. They're not fun. So certain things we come across that are difficult. Some people have aphasia. I have a little bit, I think, of mild aphasia. I can sing certain words, talk certain ways, and have a hard time. Sometimes I can say words that don't make sense. Specific or Pacific. I get them mixed up. Okay. And that's where I come across. Was I okay before? I have an MBA in IT management. I did most of my MA. I have a BA. I've taught university. I spoke French, English, and Croatian. I could mumble some Spanish, talk a little bit German. So the high functioning literate person, I was there. I've taught university for 3 years in business and criminology. So the intellectual was there. Sometimes it's here, you can't come out to here. It's difficult. Mild aphasia. There's other people who've had major aphasia who have trouble talking. It's almost like they're stuttering. There's people who have physical disabilities. There's people who have mental issues that come across. And they're all different. For myself, yes, I have some physical limitations with my right arm. Here's my right arm. It's not as good. Do I still go out and do things? Yes. Why? Because I almost died and I can continue to do this. I still now am running 10K every two days. I've gone to skiing at a couple times. a bunch of times. I went probably 30 times at Cypress. I've climbed in Vancouver, the Grouse Grind 3 times last summer. I'll do it again this summer. Yesterday, I hiked 23 kilometers through Lynn Valley Canyon up to Norvan Falls. I am active. Am I limited by my right hand side being deficient? Yes, but I don't care. I'll still power through. For me, my savior has been exercise. I have to keep doing it further. What's the worst thing that could happen to me? I could fall down. Oh well, I almost died. I had a stroke. It's not a big issue. I'm alive. I'm free. I can move it. You know, certain things still come back. They do come back eventually. They do come back in time. They may not come back. Everyone's different. I was always asking my physiotherapist, what's my chance of recovery? What am I going to be, 100%? 20%? And as a guy who I am, I've always wanted to know the answers. I had a ferocious appetite to know and to understand. Everyone's different. They always say to me, "Oh, everyone's different," and it pissed me off. Because why? Give me a number. Give me a situation. The professionals I know through GF Strong, which is a phenomenal place, and that's for the whole province of BC. It's the major rehab center. They gave me information that was enough to satisfy myself, but not the answers I wanted. Especially now during the pandemic, things are different. So the situation is that I had to learn for myself, and I've learned for myself. I'm still learning, but how can I help out and through Disability BC and the March of Dimes? How can we share this information with more people? Work to go out and what to do. So that's the goal of this podcast. We'll be posting it. I'll be posting it for starters on both YouTube and through the March of Dimes, and making sure that people can understand this and do it, and we can move it forward. The goal is to provide information. Do I love doing this? Oh, I love this so much. So much fun. I get to do something that I love. I have a purpose. How can I give back? Is there a stroke prevention concept? For certain things, maybe. For me, it was. There's stroke. I could have prevented my stroke easily, but I didn't. I was a guy, and it's a changed man. It's changed me in a lot of ways. Moving forward, we hope to have this up. I'll probably post this next couple of days, and probably every 2 weeks. I'm going to push it forward, get it going, and we'll have this out there. I'll leave my email to anybody who can ask questions for me. It's paracook@shaw.ca. Paracook. Send me any information you have. Send me questions. Hey, I can help out or direct you. I want to be there for the stroke victims and stroke survivors. There's lots of people involved with this, and I love it. I'm alive. Thank you very much. Have a good day.